Blessed love and peace in Rastafari. This is a windy day. It picks up just as I turn on. So there you go. We are at the location of the hiatus of the schoolhouse. I just relocate some of the materials to over there, from over there, and also right in front of me. And transporting some additional joints back to the spot. Now, at this moment, we have a tent at Mayfield Road, number 2724. It's not 24/7, but it's 2724. How about that? And so we're bringing the work and the program of the schoolhouse with the work that we do with Asona Ashram, Sangha Yosef Rastafari. And the reason for me doing this journey is because I am going off grid indefinitely. So this is the proper notification. It may be for a few months, it may be for 6 months, it may be for longer. It's not a big deal, written in stone type of thing, but that's where it is. I already returned the phone, the iPhone, and I'm saying that in the patois sense of it. So that includes 0 email, 0 what them thing called, internet, social media, no phone calls, no texting, none of that. Building, focusing, home, and still doing the work. Emphasis and concentration is on embassy and education. That's what my charge is. So that's what I'm focusing on. We continue to connect with brethren here in Ohio, the Cuyahoga area, as well as around the earth. Obviously, that's somewhat difficult or further involved when not utilizing the devices. So one of the considerations is connecting with a team such that communication can be made accordingly. So at the moment, there are many kinfolk with whom we are in communication with, but in terms of having like a coordinated team to facilitate this ongoing communication without me being the dude I am for the past year particularly, but for years and years, we're working on that. So we just see how it goes, and this is one way of just seeing like how important things are to people. So how important it is to communicate directly with me or otherwise. Not who am I, whatever, but that's just what it is. And again, meanwhile, I'm focusing on stabilizing the circumstances here and building a homeschooling system of world civilization from the lens of Rastafari liberty. The trip is canceled. I shouldn't say canceled. It's postponed. So the travel plans next month to Minnesota and Oklahoma, those are postponed. So I'm situated here. We see how the diplomacy goes concerning the tent we have. We just got to deal with that. We're working on an economic system. One of the considerations is having a basically like a general store consignment type of joint, where we work with kinfolk who are supportive of our cause, and who have things like well, basic quality supplies that other kinfolk need, and then in submitting that, either we're still working on the details of how this might work, but either receiving the direct consignment. It sounds like the kinfolk camped out right below in the ravine here. Either receiving like a like consignment, just like whenever something gets bought by somebody else, then they get the proceeds accordingly, and then a portion of that is provided to the middle people who facilitate that. That's one scenario. And or another scenario is when people provide those contributions to the general store element of the consignment joint, then the people are issued with just store credits. How about that? And our silver credits, as we cultivate a silver-based economy. And so with the understanding that at the moment the silver credits are only liquid utilizable at the store until there's the appropriate accumulation of silver deposits. So anyways, those are some like just pragmatic joints, because that's the consideration, is just how to provide for the material necessities. And so that includes household items, clothing, basic household needs. In addition, like fresh produce, and additionally, like connecting with the kinfolk that we've been connecting with for years and years and years, and doing some kind of cooperative effort in that respect. So anyways, those are some of the things, again, just to address the pragmatic needs. And that's much of it. I am significantly, considerably out of commission for the past week, thereabouts, actually, to be honest. Nothing serious, but just dealing with things. So at the moment, better, but it's been... Yesterday is the first time of me eating proper solid food in about a week, and so now I'm building up the strength and come on now, and maintaining that hydration. So hydration. That's much of what we got here. So there's still some additional work to be done on this part of it. One thought actually is like, well, one thought is to plant some seeds, maybe like apple trees, some lemon trees. I mean, it's late in the season for this year's produce, but for this year's crops, but doing something here in just this space, because it's a decent space. It's very much out of the thing. Like, very few people go here, and then also particularly fewer in this little thing, because there's a pathway along where on the other side of that tree right there where the wood is. But other than that, like right here, and then also this field ain't the best one to be for children or people to be playing in, because it's got potholes, like almost knee deep. So running 1 second, then all of a sudden, breakage. So it's not the best. It's not the most advisable joint to be doing athletics. So it's just like mowed every so often, and that's what it is. People bring out dogs because animals have better ways of doing things. Tend to be sometimes kind of sorta, yeah. But anyways, the point is right here. There is a lightweight, low-key path to the ravine, but one consideration is just continuing that path to the sidewalk, and then on these two sides, just digging up some dirt and planting some seeds. And the consideration that's done on previous occasions. In terms, not the intention isn't like to claim ownership or squatting, but just it's needed. There are actually some grapes growing, wild grapes. So there's anticipation of it becoming ripe. The grapes becoming ripe in about a month. Oh, I done uncovered the juice on that. So anyways, is just doing agriculture here, just because it's a need, and this is just sitting here. Now the thing about it though is that this ground, it's not that solid. Actually, I should say it's a little bit too solid, and by that I mean the soil goes probably on average to be about 30 centimeters deep, and then for the most part it's pavement. I think they're like, sometimes there's like rocks, and sometimes the soil can go deeper. Sometimes it's as shallow as like just a few centimeters. So obviously that's somewhat tenuous when particularly trying to grow a tree, but even doing other types of produce like corn or otherwise. So I'll take a look, see what happens, and anyway, that's it. This was multitasking because I'm sitting taking a break right now amidst the energy levels, and then I say, oh, might as well just record this joint here. So done. Respect and honor to His Majesty Haile Selassie I. Respect and honor to Her Majesty Waisaramanan. On the approach of the 130 Earth Strong, the teachings of His Majesty Haile Selassie I and Her Majesty Waisaramanan, who provide us with earthly guidance and spiritual guidance of the royal walk, the royal way, that strengthens and supports our relationship in honoring our ancestors, the royalty within our ancestors, the majesties, His and Hers majesties is within our respective and collective ancestries. And the nobility, it's not just title, it's not just swag, it's a sway. It's a difference between swag and sway. It requires discipline and knowledge, humble, love, responsibility. And His Majesty Haile Selassie I provides an example of that to us, particularly from an Afrocentric experience, an Afrocentric heritage, in a way that leads the world and guides the world, teaches the world, that the world respects and acknowledges, from U.S. presidents to European monarchies and further. So does it get any further than that? So there is a formidable footsteps and a pathway that His Majesty establishes just through His trotting on this earth, that welcomes each of I and I to awake and accept that similar sway. Awake and accept our relationship with the Most High Elohim. Awake and accept our relationship with our ancestors. Awake and accept our responsibilities to respect and share with the life of this earth. Awake and accept our African heritage, our African languages, cultures, our African brethren and sisters, our African ancestors, our African wisdom that also guides the world through the exact travails and sufferation of today around the world by all kinds. What that wisdom is. How about relationship? How about humble? How about love? Unconditional. How about hospitality, food, relaxation? Them things like that. Ubuntu, Kwanzaa, liberty. So, His Majesty provides an example for the world, for each of I and I, to be further knowledgeable and supported in practicing this way, sharing this way, because it's a beautiful thing, it's a blessing, It provides benefit to countless beings of this earth and universe, but it also has responsibility and obligations with it as well. So the preachy is done. Done with that for the moment. And we continue on with the day. All thanks and praise to the Most High, Elohim. Blessed love and peace in Rastafari.